What's up, cocksucks? Sorry, just had to make sure that these luscious, dreaded locks were where they should be. And I also want to make sure the video is over 10 minutes so I get some premium YouTube ad revenue. Yep, gonna keep wasting your time. Alright, we're good. Yep. Calling some people out, by the way, through that. Hi. Alright, so I don't want to waste any more time. Uh, so there have been some posts that were discovered by a gentleman named Mr. Peter Han, whom is an investment portfolio manager at the City of Calgary, or at City of Calgary, excuse me. I've combed through his profile a little bit, done some little research of my own, and not to divulge any personal info that he already has put out on the internet, he definitely checks out. He does have a little bit of a bias towards the meme stocks, but it's insight nonetheless, and a lot of what he has to say is very sound. So I want to get right into it. Thank you so much for the support on my most recent video. It means the fucking world to me, and it just shows how much momentum there is to all of this. So thank you. Right. So to preface this, again, profile checks out, a little bit of a bias, but nonetheless, the dude's legit. The gentleman's legit. Let's get right into it. Whew. Short comment on AMC. This was 10 hours ago. Shorts managed to get AMC off of the NYSE threshold list last Friday. Not clear exactly how this was done, but looks like exposure converted from fails to deliver to outright naked shorts and then packaged into the IWM ETF. In other words, the positional value that was created through the shorting that has existed was simply swapped over to an ETF, an exchange traded fund, and simply just delays the inevitable. And I think very soon, excuse me, it's not even going to matter. Shut. It's not even going to matter. So, you can actually even see it. I have it pulled up over here. Had it pulled up? Wherever it went. AMC. And then right here, 92% short utilization rate. That's adorable. And we'll pull up the utilization and the fails to deliver, right? And then I'm gonna throw in the the IWM data. Bada bing, bada boom, bada fuck you. Yeah, you can see that they normally, and I'm gonna move my beautiful stupid face. You can see how they normally will alternate as to form like a pseudo strangle via shorting, and they're about to butt heads. It's a beautiful thing to see. And that's what caused, actually, it appears, the run-up that we had in late May, which I've been calling for, by the way. Okay. So basically, the exposure to the short position that was held in AMC was moved to an ETF that has heavy exposure to AMC. I'm really not going to waste more brain power on this. Citadel is a market maker, and between them and their friend Virtue, control 80% of retail orders. They can more or less dictate price on slow volume days. Allegations of buy orders being delayed as much as 35 days through Citadel's data flow. Holy shit, I wonder who that could have been. How likely is that? Hard to verify without an audit, but it is true that dark pool trading accounted for over 65% of volume for the last 5 trading days and over 50% over the last month. Meanwhile, retail orders continue to be overwhelmingly buy-oriented. The only selling is coming from shorts using the dark pools to mute buying pressure. The short ladder attacks from last week seem to have shifted to a numb-inducing slow drip lower. So recap on short ladder attacks real quick. It's one hedge fund or one market maker selling at $55, and then another following it up with $54.99, and another at $54.98, $54.97. I'm told that Citadel employs a team of psychology PhDs to design price moves designed to drive retail interest away. The media attacks are clearly not working and never fucking have, by the way. So the recent price campaign has escalated, driving it from $59 to $39 last week, and then a brief surge back to $49, and today's slow drip from $46.50 to $42.50 at the close. The longer Citadel delays this, the more the final blow will grow, or the final bill. Sorry, I have sex daily. The DTCC has put most of their amendments into effect, so one wonders just how much free rein the SEC will give Citadel and the 22 other shorts before strongly worded suggestions become more forcibly made directions. I love your verbiage. I love your verbiage. Salute. I thought in March the situation was a danger to financial stability. At this point, I give up worrying about it as much as it appears officials in Washington have no clue the damage being done. If nothing else, the failure of officials to rein in Citadel, all the while the stock is under a huge media spotlight, will undermine confidence in the fairness of the market for retail participants, which in turn will reduce retail activity and hurt longer-term profitability for Citadel. So stop with the games and get on with the popping the cyst. That's just one post. I've said it before, the apes on Reddit are incredibly creative. This one is so good I had to share. Alright, so before I get into the digressions, let's get on to this second post. AMC update, the share price has been consolidating in this was last week, by the way, 51 to 61 price range for the last 2 weeks. This is suited the hedge funds as they can sell at 61 and buy the shares back at 51. They do not want the price to go much higher than 65, as that would start margin calls. They do not want the dropping of below 50 by much, as that would encourage retail investors buying the dip in mass. We buy the dip even if the dip's a penny, but okay. And 4 trading days ago, AMC went on the NYSE's threshold list, the regulatory SHO list, which basically means that, in this case, 2.5 million or 0.5% of the float is marked as FTD, failed to deliver, which takes around 7 days to mature fully to be considered an FTD, which ultimately, typically rather, comes from a short sale that is now delinquent. Fails to deliver exceeded 2.5 million for the last 9 trading days. And this coincides with the huge June 16th in-the-money call expirations. If the fails are not covered within 13 trading days starting from June 25th, my math gets me to July 14th, which, oh shit, that's this week. Curiously enough, July 14th is also the day that GameStop is issuing a non-fungible token, an NFT, as a dividend for shareholders. Any synthetic GameStop shares will be exposed and need to be covered. Throw in the fact that all the pending DTC amendments have been approved by the SEC and are posted on the U.S. Federal Register and thus are effective, it would seem that the jig is up. So 002, 005, 008, I think is another one. Yeah, things are going to start speeding up real fucking quick, my friends. Despite all of this, though, the hedge funds keep shorting AMC. The question burning in the Reddit forums is, how are they doing this? Where are the shares coming from? This is where it gets good. AMC Bigums and I actually covered this. We were the ones that discovered what is about to be discussed. Most of the credit goes to Bigums. That's why I bring that up. Bigums was the original theorizer of it, and upon us meeting, I was able to help take it home. So, credit to Bigums. I must admit the answer shocked me. In 2018, AMC did an S3 filing to sell a 2024 convertible debt, a bond, offering to Silverleaf Capital. In 2020, AMC extended the term to 2026. In January of 2021, which is when we saw the alpha squeeze, Silverleaf exercised the bond, which means they converted the notional value of the bond to shares. sold the shares, made a killing. AMC was relieved of $600 million in debt. Fair deal. Goddamn right it was a fair deal. But here was the wrinkle. Nice verbiage, by the way. When AMC changed the term to 2026, the 2024 date was still on the prospectus. So the 2026 bond was delisted, but the 2024 was not. Brokers have been claiming they can locate shares to borrow based on that shelf filing, even though no convertible bond existed and the shares did not exist. Yet the brokers could claim, yet. This is huge. This is fucking huge, because what that means is that there's even more FTDs that we're going to be seeing, and in essence, naked shorting is what it equates to. This might be a damning blow, because what market makers were able to do, right? Citadel and other bad actors in this whole equation, they were basing these borrowable shares off of the notion that there's this dormant bond that had yet to be removed from the shelf, to base the value of their short position on, to say that these are where the shares will be locatable. This is where we'll source the shares in the event that something goes wrong, or that when we need to cover. Yeah, not the case. Not the fucking case. It's like thinking that you got your buddy's gonna spot you $20 at the bar, and then the buddy doesn't show up that night, and you've got a tab that is way higher than $20. Yeah, that's fucking huge. That is yeah, I don't have words. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much the essence of what Mr. Peter Han had to say that I've found as of recent. Mr. Peter Han, if you're watching this and want to come on and do a little interview with the rock and roll scoundrel of AMC, please feel free to reach out to me, because I would love to pick your brain and ask you a few questions about all this. Again, I've combed through Peter's profile and done a little bit of online research just to verify that he checks out, and it's indeed check-outable. So I'm going to get into a video that explains each of the points that he just talked about more in depth and the implications of them. I just wanted to get this out so that people were aware, and just to educate a little bit as to what's going on. This is huge. This last bit is fucking huge. That shortable shares were based on the idea that they would be locatable through that of which a bond that was removed by our man Adam Aaron. Not financial advice, by the way, and everything I'm talking about is in a hypothetical parallel universe. Not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. But this fictitious Adam Aaron character removed. Salute. Tits are jacked. Can't hold him down. It's going to be a wild fucking ride, ladies and gentlemen. It's all just a ride.